There's always questions coming up, and more often than not, a lot of people ask me what ammunition I recommend. The easiest video to do for me right now before I leave, what rifle ammunition I recommend, and I will do 2 for 5.56 and 2 for 308/7.62. For high speed stuff, that's what I recommend right there. This is obviously the 77 grain. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Bowtail hollow point, but they say hollow point Bowtail match. Razor Core from IMI, good stuff. It's sealed. Let's get my stuff straight here. It's sealed, which means they put some sort of coating around the primer and usually around the projectile, and you can see the little hollow point. This is as good as it's gonna get. So those are really good. I found they're very consistent. They shoot well and cycle perfectly. This stuff is also around $16 to $18 a box, which is sub $1 a shot, which is pretty good. And then I have this stuff here, which is the Black Hills 77 grain tipped Match King. I don't really have a preference between the tipped and the OTM. I will say, you know, either will work, and all the OTMs I've seen in stores for sale have been the remans. If I can get the OTM in a brand new format, I will, but the TMKs are the only ones I can find. I know there's going to be some ballistic differences and or flight differences between a tip Match King and an open tip match. I don't know what they are. I'm just getting into long range rifle shooting. So between these two, you kind of really have to figure out which of the Black Hills you want to run. What I will say though, is this stuff runs great. This I get at $62 a box. If it's cheaper anywhere else, I'd love to know, but this is over $1 a shot, and it is very, very painful to run this ammunition. This isn't much less painful, but it is less painful. And I'm not saying there's not other good ammunition out there, but you're asking me what I recommend, and this is what I recommend. This stuff is awesome for what it is, and so is this. The only other ammunition that I'd try out serious capacity is if we could get the really good MEN, the MEN stuff, but that's mostly ball ammunition, which is fine. For ball, just real quick, I'll recommend the IMI 55 or 62, Winchester 55 or 62, or the American Eagle 55 or 62. I noticed that the 62 grain is usually pretty situationally dependent. It's a really good round if you think you're going to be running into people with body armor, but more often than not, the 55 will get the job done. Transitioning over to 308, these are the only serious use rounds that I recommend to date. I know there's other stuff out there, and I will be trying, when I get an M1A, I will be trying the American Eagle 168 grain, because I guess the charge is a touch less, and it's actually 7.6251, so the casings are a little thicker, which is what the M1As need. But let's backtrack. For the rifles I have right now, which includes the Remington R700 SPS Tactical with the 20-inch heavy barrel, and my HKM R762 with the 16-inch heavy barrel. They both love these rounds. Currently, I have this loaded up in a 7.62 magazine. The quality of the brass is pretty good. It's an open tip match, and it is sealed, which is excellent. These are literally the same projectile. It's not like the 5.56 variants where sometimes it's OTM, sometimes it's TMK. So Black Hills, this was $32 a box, which is not that great. I'm not very happy about spending that much money, and I didn't buy too much of this because I just want to run it and see how it runs. This stuff runs perfectly fine, and it is remarkably excellent. It is just good stuff. It comes in nice packaging, as opposed to the little foam that this came in, which I kind of expect more out of Black Hills, but that's fine. The ammunition's on par with this, which is the standard load that I use. I have 1,000 rounds of this stuff. Great ammunition. So open tip match, and it's also sealed. So those are my standards for self-defense or anything like that. I would prefer to stick with a 168 grain. I will try some 175s in the future, but to be honest, the MR762 with its barrel twist and the 20-inch barrel, even though it's a heavy barrel and the harmonics are perfect and that rifle is an absolute tack driver, the 20-inch heavy barrel, I'm probably going to still stick to the 168s. I know there's some distance issues with 168, but I think given my skills presently and my range limitations, I think 168 is more than fine. However, I'm not going to be ignorant and rule out 175 for the future because I may have some rifles that will like it better, or some applications that I can use it for. So, but as far as performance 308, this is what I stick to. These two brands. These are the only two brands that I'll run through my rifle. This stuff is excellent. Never had any quality issues, even though Federal, their white box stuff is known to have some quality issues. This is always on point. Never had a bad round. And I've fired probably about 500 rounds of this so far through various platforms. This is new to me, and it's on the same quality scale as the Federal Gold Medal Match. So I'll be running more of this, but if this is, $24 to $26 a box and this is $32, then I'm gonna stay on a steady diet of this stuff. So it is what it is. As far as ball rounds, I'd recommend the MEN stuff, the German stuff, and whatever quality stuff you can get a hold of. And again, I know there's other good stuff out there, but what I will say, first of all, price wise, if you're a price centric person, like everything you do is based around what's the best bang for your buck, this right here, hands down, is the best performance ammunition that I've run into as far as quality, hits on target, and cycling your rifle. And if you're good about it and you keep money in the bank waiting for a deal, this stuff goes on sale regularly. Same with the 175, and you can get this stuff cheaper than the other things I've seen. And I know some guys are going to say, oh, Hornady this, or this other company that. The prices they're charging are like Cadillac tax prices. They are just exuberant. So if you want good ammunition, this is what I recommend. This is just my mileage and what I use, but I mean, I do have some ball ammunition, some Federal ball ammunition, 147 and 149, I think. I think they might all be 149, but I have 60 rounds of that, and I'm never going to use it through my precision rifles. They'll probably go through my M1A when I get it, or the FAL, or the SCAR I'm planning on getting. The SCAR for me, even though it'll run this stuff just fine, is more of a battle rifle, but so I won't be as picky with what I run through it. But anyways, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Take care of each other, stay safe, and support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America.